Hey y'all, Jamie here, proud 56-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, where last I left off, I was standing in my kitchen with my ex husband Mickey, and this was 1996, and I had pulled out a butcher knife. Yeah, I told him I wanted to go shopping, and I asked him for the keys to the car. We had been a couple for like 6 years at this point. Yeah, we had been a couple about 6 years at this point. So when I said I wanted the keys to the car, I meant I wanted the keys to our car, our car. 6 years, our car. He told me, I don't want you to drive my car. I pulled out the butcher knife, sure did, pulled it right out of the drawer, and I slammed it down on the counter. And I told him, you have a fucking choice. You can give me the keys to that goddamn car, or I will go down to the parking lot and I will take it apart piece by fucking piece with this knife. Now, Mickey, my ex husband Mickey knew this about me. He knew that I had a temper. I am bipolar. I am bipolar type 1. And I was undiagnosed in those days. It was the 90s. I didn't know I was bipolar at that time, and I wasn't on any meds for it at all. So the fact that I was losing my shit and losing my temper and going off and being physical, there's no real good excuse for it, but there's a reason. And the reason was, yes, I'm bipolar and it was uncontrolled. He gave me the keys to the car. Yeah, he gave me the keys to that goddamn car. Now, I'm going to tell you what, Mickey knew. Mickey knew. There were times, I think one time I ripped closet doors off the hinges. He pissed me off so bad. I know he's got a scar in his head from me throwing a plastic makeup compact, like a powder compact, threw it at his head, cut him on the scalp. He bled. After that one, he actually looked at me and said, I guess I'm going to end up like Nicole Brown Simpson. And I said, no, you did not just call me OJ. This motherfucker called me OJ. Now, yes, I had a temper. No, I would not have sliced and diced him like that, okay? No matter how stabby I was when I was young, I wouldn't have done him that way. I threatened it, yes, but anyway. So, around this same time, I'm famous for saying that, but around this same time, it finally came time for us to hold the Miss Gay North Shore pageant. Me and my friend Felina and our friend John Day, had started a partnership and we were going to hold Miss Gay North Shore. We had been planning this thing for months. We had sold ads in our little program for the thing. We made it was $100 entry fee, okay, which was a steep entry fee. It was $100 entry fee, but here's the thing. The prize was $1,000. Yeah. We had 13 girls enter. The prize was covered with those 13 entry fees. So, anyway, we get there and it's the night of the pageant and we have 13 girls show up. 13 contestants to do this thing, which is a huge pageant. For a little small bar pageant, that's a big pageant, okay? And so my family came out. Listen, both of my sister Deanne and her girlfriend, was it Tina or was she with Carol? I don't remember if she was with Carol or Tina. I really don't remember. She had two major relationships in her life, and one was Tina, one was Carol. I think she was with Carol already by 96. I think she was with Carol. Now, they all came out to support me. It was a wonderful thing, and it was a big old to do, and everybody was having a wonderful time. One of the things that I was kind of notorious for on stage, like an on stage thing that I would do, and I did it that night to entertain the crowd, I would set my breast on fire. You heard me right. I would set my breast on fire. I would make it look like I was setting my nipples on fire. One of the ways I did it was I would use a pair of pasties and I would take a pair of those trick birthday candles, the kind that don't blow out, right? And I would use those trick birthday candles and I would put them through the pasties and I would light them and I would twirl around on stage. And no matter how much I twisted and twirled and twisted around, those candles weren't going out. Another way I did it was with sparklers. Yeah, sparklers. That is one that you got to be very careful with because sparklers, yeah, I burned the shit out of myself with sparks using sparklers like that. Because, yeah, keep in mind, I'm up there in a G string. When I do this shit, I was pure Bourbon Street. I was up there in a G string with my nipples on fire, and the crowd went ape shit, right? That was one of my entertainment numbers that night. This just gives you an idea of what this pageant was like, right? And this one night, we ended up paying the bar's bills for over 2 months. Yeah, it paid over 2 months worth of the bills for the bar. And when the pageant was over and we had crowned our Miss Gay North Shore, Miss Racine Ross, when we had crowned our Miss Gay North Shore, we all went to Shoney's, which was an after hours restaurant. Well, Shoney's was a restaurant. We went there after hours. We pull into the parking lot. We all get out. Me and Felina have on crowns from pageants that we've won, right? We both wear crowns and we're wearing like full beaded gowns, the whole 9 yards, and it's like 2:30 in the morning in Slidell, Louisiana. And as we walk into a packed, I mean slam packed restaurant, the entire restaurant stood to their feet and all started applauding. The whole place started applauding. And if y'all want to know what happens next, y'all know the routine. Be here next time, and I will too. I love you all. I love you all for watching, and I love you for the comments. I will talk to you later. Bye, y'all.